Welcome to the RuleBook. I'm your host, Alex Palmer, and I'm the queen of learning things the hard way so you don't have to. On this podcast, we're talking about the mistakes I made and the lessons I learned along the way to create the rules I now live by. On each episode, we'll be discussing a new rule, why I created it, how it came about, and how you can apply it in your own life. So let's get into it. Welcome to the RuleBook, everybody. This is episode number 33. This is your bonus episode of the week because I promised you that I would do it, and I'm holding myself accountable, honey. Okay. I don't have the air on in here, and it is so freaking hot because you know your girl had to redo the intro a couple times. But let me not make my problems your problems. This is episode number 33, Battle of the Billionaires. Okay, so we have to talk about Meta's new app on the block, Threads. It's already been a week, so you've probably already downloaded it. Like, what was it? 70 million people did. Okay, so here's what we know so far. Your following is already built in, which gives the app a huge advantage because you can pretty much import your contacts from your Instagram profile. Numero dos. It is supposed to be a positive place. Hate speech is not allowed. So far, there's no bots on the platform. I believe it's only week one, so I believe that is still the case. It's basically supposed to be the answer to Twitter's Twitter is now like the sphere for bullying and shame and hate. Threads is supposed to be the opposite of that. I actually tried to tweet a joke that had a curse word in it, and I got a little warning that was like, threads like this one are usually reported or in violation of whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. So I just took the curse word out and it was fine. Number 3, people were generally very receptive to it. I think you saw a bunch of people throwing it up in their Instagram stories. Hey, follow me on Threads. So I think that also led to other people being like, all right, let me get on this shit. Because remember when Lemonade came out and some of us were like, okay, this is the answer to TikTok being banned. But that really didn't catch on. I don't know. I haven't been on the platform since I downloaded it. So perhaps I'm wrong. But for me, it didn't catch on. Number 4, if you delete your Threads, you delete your Instagram. So there's that. Also, there's a 500 character limit. I believe the character limit on Twitter had changed, or there is no limit, or I don't know, because your girl doesn't go on Twitter so much. But apparently this app was well into the works ever since Musk announced that he would be purchasing Twitter. It's like Zuckerberg knew he was going to fumble that bag. Obviously, Musk has made mistake after mistake on the Twitter platform. The whole reason he bought it was because he is a big proponent of free speech, and he felt like over there on Twitter, accounts were being silenced or censored, and obviously he wanted to reinstate Donald Trump, who had famously been booted off the platform after, I believe, the insurrection tweets. I can't keep up with all the hot mess. He also forced users to pay for blue checks. So he took away like a lot of people who had already been verified as, for being public figures. Like LeBron James famously was like, I'm not paying $8. So now he lost his blue check. I don't know if he actually ended up paying or what the deal is. So if you guys know, please comment below. Keep me in the loop. And also, only a couple weeks ago, his most recent offense was actually limiting the amount of tweets a non-paying user could see. Freaking random. And I think he came up with some weird ass reason of like, I just want to encourage people to go outside. Like he said something like bizarre, like he usually does. But to be honest, Musk really opened up the door for Zuckerberg to swoop in. Zuckerberg is known, honey, for copying other platforms' popular features. Hello, Instagram Reels, which was, it's like the Fugazi TikTok. And it's very popular, and it's really changed Instagram. So it's really no surprise that Zuckerberg was like, wait, this dude's off ruining Twitter. Evil genius over here, and let me make my own app that pretty much rivals Twitter and might actually be better. I read a super interesting article in The Atlantic that basically said, however, that they think Threads is probably doomed too, because all of these social media platforms, they're not actually evolving or fulfilling the promises that they're making to us. Social media has become a place that is just rampant with shame and hate and bullying. So it is no surprise that a lot of people are pretty pessimistic about adding yet another app to their roster. But so what the hell is rule number 33 then? Well, Twitter or Threads, as Shakespeare said, a rose by any other name will still smell as sweet. Was it Juliet who said that to Romeo? I think it was. And it was about the fact that she's a Capulet and he was a... Oh my God, it's been so long since I've read that play. What the hell was he? Capulet and... Oh, Lord. Montague. Yeah. So basically, it just means like Threads, Twitter, it really doesn't matter. Same shit, different day, right? It's been a week. I'm personally already lukewarm about the Threads app. I don't know about you. It does remind me of Twitter. Twitter for me was just a place where people steal your jokes and don't give you credit for it. So I really wasn't on there. I did tweet years and years ago when I was pursuing my journalism career, but it was just retweeting news articles. So I never really understood that platform, to be totally honest, as a 20-year-old girl. Now I kind of understand it, but well, I still kind of don't understand it anymore, since I have no idea what goes on over there. It seems like a lot of shame, as they said, and a lot of bullying. So why would one go over there? But it's not the place to be for me. And now it's not even going to be the place to be for a lot of journalists or public figures. Threads, your blue check apparently follows you from Instagram. So all those public figures are good. But what do I think? I mean, truly, I do think that I am annoyed that there's another app to add to the roster. But it truly probably is a waste of time and a distraction if you're not a creator, or if you don't have like a business that you're promoting over there. Although I will say that I have been having issues coming up with video content ideas for the other platforms. So for me to just sit there and write like a 500 character little thread, it was sort of like a brain dump, and it actually helped me come up with content for the other platforms. So there is that. So perhaps if you're using it that way, but then maybe delete your idea because you don't know who's going to steal it. Because trust me, Threads probably will turn into Twitter. So yeah, I guess I'm part of the pessimism group. But other than that, I can't really root for Meta. To be honest, I can't root for any of these guys because I'm not into the whole billionaire thing. I think that honestly, the news has been dominated by talks of these two, whether it was going to be the cage fight, the freaking tweeting that Zuck is a cuck and that they should have a measuring contest. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And to be honest, Zuckerberg making yet another app that nobody asked for is just really annoying, because I wish that those resources and that time and money could be used for something else. And it's not like, oh yeah, okay, I think billionaires need to donate 90% of their wealth to humanity, but like maybe they should. Maybe I do think that. Musk had criticized Zuckerberg for having so much control with Facebook because he was able to control, what information was spread on the platform, what was considered, going against the regulations, and then was taken down. And then obviously Zuckerberg got in trouble for like allowing the platform to spread all this fake news and all this shit. So it's really interesting that then Musk turned around and bought Twitter so that he could also try to control the narrative. So it does go back to the rule of like a rose by any other name would still smell as sweet, or maybe in this case still smell like shit. We'll see. But that is what I think about the Threads app. I am on it, as I said. It's not my main priority. I'm a TikTok girly, but even TikTok, that's the thing about these algorithms too. When I was doing my research for the episode, it's funny because they were talking about the algorithms on these different platforms. And obviously on Threads, anyone who mentions Zuckerberg, I believe, is going to get like more of a boost. And then on Twitter, if you mention Threads or something like that, it's not trending. Like he did something where it's like, you can't mention Threads. I don't know. Twitter is also dominated by like Musk's image and like positive tweets about him, because anyone who's talking about him is also going to be pushed to the top because it's his fucking platform. And now it's like Zuckerberg is all over the Threads platform, and it's just like, oh my God, we cannot escape these two like narcissists in a way. I don't know if they're actually narcissists, but we can't escape these assholes. And I'm not a fan of either billionaire because each one of them seems to want to be the main character. And it's honestly beyond fucking cringy when you think about all the problems that are going on in this country right now. And we literally do have like a dick measuring contest going on into social media apps. And you know I love social media. I'm a social media girl. But how many apps is too many apps? I think we already know. But it is interesting to think about the algorithm. And even myself, what I've been experiencing on my own TikTok, I've been making a few more videos where I do just like sit and talk to camera, and I dole out my opinions on like whatever topic is trending that day. Or sometimes it's just about my life, and oftentimes I will talk about dating and stuff like that. And my content always seems to be pushed, and it feels like it's purposely pushed to people who are going to have a problem with my content. Sure, that leads to engagement, but I think they in a few other articles that I had read, they were alluding to the fact that Twitter does that it'll purposely pick content to push to users who they know will be offended by this or react, right? Anger is a thing that most likely leads someone to actually sit there and type out a comment to you. It's not agreement, it's not joy, it's not happiness, it's not entertainment. It's actually them being so worked up that they're like, let me say something to whoever this is. So I think the algorithms purposely push your content to people they know are not going to like it. And that makes the platforms not fun for creators. Truly, it has made me not want to make videos on certain topics, but it also just makes me want to stay away. Because I'm like, do I need this? I don't need all this negativity. I can go find negativity in the real world just as easily. So yeah, I almost feel like a lot of these platforms, their algorithms are setting you up for failure, or at least to be abused. And I'm not into that. Nope. My therapist has accused me of being a masochist many times because of the relationships that I've been in with, whoever, family, men, whoever. Doesn't have to be romantic, honey. And I fucking reject that. I'd reject that notion, and I do not subscribe to that idea. Well, he hasn't said it in a really long time, so yeah. So yeah, you don't want to be in a sadomasochistic relationship with all these apps, and I don't blame anyone who's like, I'm not going to download Threads. I also do not like the fact that if you decide I don't want to be on Threads maybe becomes a negative place. Now your Instagram profile is going to be in jeopardy. That's messed up, because anyone who like impulsively downloaded the app or felt like they had to because they're a content creator, now there's no out. There's no escape if shit goes to hell. And as we know, shit very often goes to hell on these apps. But yeah, I think the thing about both of them wanting to be the main character and everyone having all these apps, and obviously Zuckerberg has like, the metaverse is a much more substantial thing than Twitter. And Twitter always has been like sort of the underdog. I don't like him either. Musk, Zuck, they both suck. Rule number also 33. Musk, Zuck, they both suck. There's not much else to say. I hope Threads is able to, uphold its principles of maintaining it as a positive space only. We'll see. We shall see. What do I think is going to be the future of Twitter? Oh, that I don't know. Now that is hard to answer. Obviously, Musk has taken a sledgehammer to that poor place. He's fired so many people. He's let go of people. His app was crashing, and it obviously it does seem like it's become a place for his little fanboys. So I don't know. It is sad. It is sad because Twitter used to be a place where you really could rely on to get like news sources and breaking stories. And now it just seems like it's just a hot dumpster fire, which is really too bad, because obviously all those engineers and all those people who spent years making the platform what it was, only for it to be completely unraveled by this dude who has no business doing what he's doing on social media. It's just weird. I know they say Musk is a genius, blah, blah, blah. Is he? Something else was bothering me today that I saw on social media. Of course, it originated on Twitter. They were going around saying that Margot Robbie is mid. Some people were tweeting, Margot Robbie is mid. And I was just like, fucking for real? I always considered her to be like one of the most beautiful women in the world. And I think a lot of people could probably agree with me. But, it's just another example of like trolling. And that's a tweet that has over 20 million views. That's sad. It sucks because I did an episode about how negativity on social media is usually the thing that, gets you in the public eye. And that sucks because I don't think any of us really, most of us don't really set out with the goal of like, I'm going to be as controversial and negative and unappealing as I possibly can to get as many people riled up. I think most of us are trying to do the best that we can to like connect and find like-minded people and not do that in a way that harms others. And I think until social media can learn how to do that, it's always going to be a place where you have to have your guard up and you are going to have to continue to like separate that from how you truly feel about yourself. And, as much as we want it to be a positive space, a few bad apples stay ruining it. So yeah, you guys download Threads. This is not sponsored. Download Threads if you don't care about losing your Instagram profile. And if you want to get the hell off Twitter. I don't really see people posting the news. Maybe it's just because of who I'm following. But yeah, hop on Threads. Don't steal people's jokes and make TikToks out of them. Burns my biscuit. But yeah. Guys, comment below what you think about the Battle of the Billionaires, what you think about both apps, what do you think the future is for Threads and Twitter. Let me know below and tell me what you'd like for me to cover next week. I'm always open to suggestions on topics. You can DM me at Serious Actress on Instagram. You can comment under this video here. Follow me across all social media platforms. Say hi. Tell me that you checked out this podcast. I would love to know if you like it. Please let me know. Okay, guys, that's it for the rule book. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Subscribe to this podcast if you can, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.